Cheerio, governor, shine your shoes. Oh, mind the gap, pip pip cheerio. I'm sorry, that was really offensive. Let me start over. In the latest example of WWE trying to tighten its iron grip across all of professional wrestling, it was announced on Thursday the company is going to be hosting a 2-day tournament in Blackpool, England next month to crown a brand new United Kingdom champion. So I guess that means no one from Ireland's going to win, huh? In all seriousness though, this should be a lot of fun to watch. I mean, the UK is an absolute hotbed of wrestling right now, so to have this tournament happening is going to put the whole territory on a tremendous pedestal. Whereas the Cruiserweight Classic focused on one specific type of wrestler, this UK title tournament is going to focus on one region, which I think is awesome. Let's talk about the championship belt for a second because it's money, and I mean that literally because the center plate is basically the British pound. It's very fancy and elegant and regal looking, no pun intended there. You can even see some of that Englishness in the side plates as well. I get why they kept the world and women's title belt template for this one, but at the same time I kind of wish they would do some thinking outside the box for this belt design, kind of like what they did with the Cruiserweight Championship. You know, I think the contrast of the fancy British pound emblem on the center plate and then like the bling and the modern logos and everything on the sides and everything else, to me it's almost too much of a contrast, but be that as it may, I still think this is a good looking belt. Also, the announced team for this tournament is going to be Michael Colton and Nigel McGuinness, yay, former Ring of Honor World and Pure Champion, who was most recently a color commentator on Ring of Honor and a kayfabe matchmaker for the company just before getting signed on to this project. So big congrats to McGuinness for getting signed here. I mean, his career has gone through so many hardships in his quest to get to WWE. He had the bicep injury, which made the company rescind their contract to him. He contracted Hep B and he had to retire. So great news for Nigel. When I first heard about this tournament, my first thought was, oh man, they're going to kill the UK scene. They're going to scoop up all the talent they have there. They're going to kill places like Progress and ICW and WCPW and Rev Pro and places like that. But the more I read into it, maybe not the case, because it turns out that there's going to be zero restrictions on those wrestlers to work for other UK promotions. So with the exception of whatever talent the company decides to sign full time, good news for everyone. Everyone seems to be winning. As far as the people who are in the tournament, full disclosure, I don't really know who a lot of these guys are, and the people whose names I do recognize, I haven't really followed that well because I don't really follow the indies as well as I really should. Sue me. But when these names were first announced, the first thing I did was I went on YouTube and took a crash course basically. I looked at a couple of matches for as many of the people I could find who were confirmed for the tournament, and I think they're all tremendous talents. In particular, I really liked Pete Dunne, Trent Seven, Joseph Connors, and Wolfgang. Those are the 4 of the 16 who really held my attention and captivated me the most watching their videos. I wouldn't be surprised if any of those guys made it to the finals of the tournament. As far as the big UK snubs, there's like Zack Sabre Jr. and Marty Scurll. These are people who are signed to TNA already or New Japan, and also there's a bunch of guys who have been signed on to ITV's World of Sport Revival, so they wouldn't be able to be part of this thing either. So yeah, in summation, I think the United Kingdom Championship Tournament is going to be great for everyone involved. Obviously, WWE is going to benefit from it. The UK independent scene is going to benefit in a huge way. All those new eyeballs go into their products. I mean, it's already working for me. I'm already looking at some of the stuff from the people involved in the tournament here. The wrestlers involved are all going to get tremendous exposure whether or not they get signed. The belt looks nice. I love hearing that McGuinness is going to be on commentary. It sounds like they're not going to limit where the wrestlers can work outside of WWE. So awesome all around. My one nitpick is maybe don't call it the United Kingdom Championship, since Ireland is not part of the United Kingdom and there are some Irish wrestlers involved, so they're not really officially represented. I don't know, maybe it's just small potatoes. See what I did there? So let me know what you think about the UK title tournament in the comments section below. Whether or not you're excited for it, who you think should have gotten into the tournament, who's going to go all the way in your opinion, and what you think the long-term future for the UK title belt is going to be. Be sure to thumbs up this video if you like it, subscribe to Wrestling with Regret, and buy the t-shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com. I'm Brian Zane, and I'll see you next time. Cheerio!